Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Social Live. It is Wednesday. It is snowing in New York City, and I think we talked about this last week.
We did.
It wasn't supposed to snow again.
I'm pretty upset about it because I wasn't prepared.
I wasn't prepared either. I didn't have an umbrella with me. Thank goodness I had that extra hat in my bag. And we do have a new addition to the Socialfly team.
Family.
This is Beluga. And what have we talked about over the past year and a half? How do you get more likes, views, and shares on social media?
You get a dog.
You get a dog.
So we did.
We got a Socialfly dog. No, this is actually my puppy and Greg's puppy. His name is Beluga. Everyone can follow him on Instagram at @mynameisbeluga. He's looking for a lot of new friends, especially on Instagram, because he's not allowed to go outside until March, until he gets his last rounds of shots. So you can follow his journey on Instagram.
His medical journey.
Yes,
on Instagram.
Yes.
He's so sweet and small, and I love him.
Yes, he's very squishy, if you will. So the Super Bowl was on Sunday, and as you can imagine, I was a little bit distracted. I thought I was going to be able to focus on all of the commercials during the show, during the Justin Timberlake show.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I was a bit busy with a new puppy. But I caught up on all of the Super Bowl ads after the fact, and I was loving the Amazon Alexa ad.
I thought that one was hilarious. I love that I love anything where they can incorporate celebrities into it.
Yes.
And I just thought it was so cool that they had Jeff Bezos in it, and I thought it was hysterical.
I did too.
That one made me laugh out loud.
Trending on Twitter all evening on the Super Bowl, we were hearing a lot of backlash about Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. Why was Janet Jackson not there? I thought she was either going to make a guest appearance or it was going to be in sync, but the Twitterverse was a little upset about this.
Yeah, well, she had actually made a statement before the Super Bowl, of I think it was maybe Thursday or Friday, and was like, no, I'm not performing. And so I didn't expect her, but I was really hoping for NSYNC. I think Justin did a great job, but I wanted that something else. Maybe I'm being greedy. I don't know.
I really wanted an NSYNC appearance. It really just felt like this dog is eating the microphone wire, so hopefully you guys can still hear us. But yeah, I really was expecting NSYNC too, and I was at a Super Bowl party with a bunch of young kids, and I said, I really hope NSYNC comes out, and they looked at me like I was crazy. They had no idea who NSYNC was.
That's depressing, honestly.
I know.
That's really sad. Another ad I loved was the Doritos and Mountain Dew ad with Peter Dinklage and Morgan Freeman. That one was hilarious too. It kind of reminded me of last year's Super Bowl ad with Christopher Walken and Justin Timberlake, the Bye commercial.
The Bye, yes.
And then I loved the Tide ads. It's a Tide ad. I thought that was hysterical with David Harbour and so creative and innovative, and I feel like all digital.
You might have a broken computer by the end of this episode. So.
Don't do that. But yeah, I thought this year's Super Bowl commercials were really awesome. I was actually very invested in the Super Bowl this year.
Why?
Because I had recently been to the NFL Experience, which everyone in the office has heard me talking about for weeks. It was incredible in Times Square, that little neighborhood in New York not many people go to. But highly recommend the NFL Experience, $34 a ticket, and you'll leave a super fan.
And if you're like me, you can probably find a deal online if you want to go to the NFL store. And they really do incorporate social media into the entire NFL Experience store. They want you to take photos and share them on social media. So that was definitely a fun event when we went over there.
Yeah, I love
All right, enough football talk for me, because I can really only talk about the commercials. I can't even tell you much about the game except that the Eagles won, which was the Eagles, right?
Yep.
Okay, thank goodness.
The Pats and the Eags.
Woo! I thought the Pats were going to make a comeback. They always do, but those Eagles fans are extremely excited.
Yes.
The big update that I was excited about this past week was Instagram's new update. Being able to add new, different forms of text and fonts on Instagram. When this news broke last week, I was excited because I'm like, my handwriting officially just got better on Instagram.
Yeah, it looks amazing. You really did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you, Jules. And we're seeing a lot of brands starting to use these new tools on Instagram, and Instagram is also rolling out new ad formats to be able to do carousel ads. So this is a feature they're testing now with 12 different brands, and it should be rolling out to other brands soon. So definitely pay attention to these updates. So brands, businesses, Instagram carousel ads, they are coming, and be sure to keep an eye on them.
I'm sorry, I've been paying attention to the dog.
Did you hear anything
that whole
I said,
update.
Jules?
I mean, I read it last night, but he's eating my laptop. No, but 12 brands are currently testing this new ad format. So I'm really excited to see this roll out because I feel like I really scroll through the carousel ads I get on Facebook. A lot of them are from places that I normally shop, and they're like, I'll be looking at a store online, and then the item will come up in a carousel ad. So I'm excited to see how they'll use this on Instagram stories. Another update is from Snapchat, the latest on their redesign. Following the font options on Instagram, there's news from Snapchat's camp on what users can expect from the redesign that is slowly rolling out. They are rolling out new font styles and that allow you to also get creative the same way that Instagram did. So I don't know when this rollout is going to be available for everybody.
I feel like we've been talking about this for a while now. Instagram seems to be moving a lot faster than Snapchat with their updates and redesigns. And I did hear a report this morning that Snapchat earnings actually did better than expected, which I'm surprised about.
Yeah, and so I'm curious because is this redesign going to be, are they taking their sweet, sweet time because it's going to like just make everybody obsessed with Snapchat again? Or are they taking forever because they don't really know what to do and Instagram keeps beating them to the punch?
Well, we're going to have to just stay tuned and see what happens. So those are your big 3 breaking news stories of the week. And now for the moment I've been waiting for a very long time. We are so excited to welcome our friend, our mentor, author, and founder of Likeable Media, Carrie Kerpen, to SocialLIVE.
Oh, I love the applause.
Yes.
Hi, Beluga.
We have a live studio audience today here
I'm
for you.
so excited to see you all, and I just want to tell you, if you take one thing from this interview, you need to go to Instagram right now and follow My Name is Beluga, because who wouldn't want to see this star? Why am I even here? Look at this, the star of the show.
He's making some noises over here.
He's ready to go.
Well, you know a lot about social media, obviously,
please,
so
yes.
you know about the importance of puppies and making great content.
Of course,
Yes.
and I'm so happy to be here. I think, speaking of great content, it's been such a pleasure and a joy to watch you build this and execute against it and do such incredible things with it. I'm so proud of you. And Jules, a lot of charisma, girl.
Thanks.
Go. I love it. I love it. My first time really seeing you in action.
She's
very impressed.
She's got the spark and the
Very
spunk,
impressed.
and yeah. Well, you're here today to talk about your new book that we absolutely love, and thank you so much for including us and our tips in your book as well. So Carrie's new book is called Work It, and if you are a woman in business, an entrepreneur, working for another company, this book has so many amazing tips and stories from other inspiring women. And thank you so much for being here to promote this. If you guys share this episode, you're going to be entered to win one of these.
Yes.
And I think we added on a 1-hour play date with Beluga too.
This is a big deal.
Yes.
That's how we're really going to up the entries here.
Just open
because
your
it's
laptop.
not just about me. It's really about Beluga. So so I'm so excited to be here to talk about Work It today. You know, I'm happy to talk about social media, but really I'm here with one of the experts who I have happily mentored and grown with over time. So today, we're talking about Work It. Which is really about how women can succeed in business no matter what industry that they're in business and in life, really.
And what gave you the inspiration to write the book? How did this come to be?
Well, Steph, as you know, there are very few women founders in our industry. And when I was the CEO of Likeable in 2013, I had, what are you upset about? I co-founded it with my husband. And back in 2007. In 2013, when I took over, I really wanted to focus on a strategy that channeled the fact that there were so few women in our industry. So what I decided to do was start a podcast called All the Social Ladies. I was uncomfortable, in fact, telling my own story. So I wanted to tell stories of great women, potentially women at the brand level who might be able to work with us. And so I started that. And then I just fell in love with their stories. It was like more than social media. It was about how they came to be who they were and the story of their careers, and that's what I decided to turn into a book, because I think that's what we need at this time. I think social media is an extremely important thing that I know a lot about, but I think a bigger message for women right now is how we overcome some of the odds and common challenges that we face to be able to truly make it to the top.
I love that. So you have a name for your advisory board.
Yes.
Your Fab Pab?
Yes, my fabulous personal advisory board. I believe that the common mentorship model is kind of broken, especially outside of corporate America. You almost always either disappoint as a mentor or a mentee. Then maybe the mentee doesn't use you enough and the mentor is like, oh, wow, what value do I really have? Or the mentor feels like they don't really have enough time and they're feeling really guilty, and then the mentee feels bad. Yeah. Having a broad horizon of advisors that you can talk to really helps you. And also, you talk to different people about different things, right? You might talk to one person about, hey, how much money should I have in my bank account at this age? You might not talk to the same person you're talking to about growing your career at your company at that moment, because that might be awkward. So having a table, a virtual table, of which everybody can sit, that you can go to when needed, is much more helpful.
So it doesn't mean that you have to actually have meetings every month and bring people in. These are people that you go to for different circumstances, work, personal.
Totally.
And you've been on mine and Courtney's
Fab Pab.
Yes.
Yes, you don't have to have an actual meeting where you stand up in front of an audience and say, hi guys, here are some of the things I've accomplished this year. You go through all of those specific things. But what you should do is meet early and often with people who you think can help you. And the other thing about it is the relationship should be symbiotic, right? You should be able to help them as much as they help you. So for instance, you in growing a social media agency, a few years after we started, I was able to help give you some of the fundamentals to grow. But you give me so much in a new, fresh perspective that I might not see. And so that's a relationship that's so mutually valuable. And I think that's what's key, is to really think about who are the people who can help you and how can you help them?
Absolutely.
And you can help this gorgeous beluga.
Yes.
You can help him, and he can help you by getting you a lot more likes and followers.
Exactly. More engagement on this episode.
Exactly.
Because I want everyone to see this episode.
Exactly.
So they know to buy your book.
Yes, of course.
So the title of the book is Work It, but what does it actually mean to work it?
Yep. So I found myself really frustrated when reading a bunch of these books that were targeted towards women. They resonated, but only to a certain extent. So Lean In got me, right? I love Cheryl, and I got her message, but I'm not in corporate America, and I'm not sitting at a board table, right? Girl Boss is really interesting, right? But I'm kind of not a bee. You know what I mean? I'm super likable, and that's not my thing, and it'll never be my thing. So it didn't resonate. And so when I was thinking about it, I was like, different things apply to different women. And I think ultimately what I wanted to do was have a collection of different stories so that every woman could find inspiration within the book somewhere. The idea is that there's not one secret. If I'm revealing the secret for you, here it says Secrets for Success. And I'm going to give you this reveal right here with Beluga today. It's not one secret for success. It's really understanding who you are and using that to your advantage. You have to work it your own way. Once you understand yourself, you're able to better make the choices to succeed. And my goal is that you're reading this and you're like, wow, this woman, she gets me. I get her. And I can channel her to use my powers to do everything I need to do.
I love that. And you have so many different stories in the book. How many women are there? There's so many.
Over the course of my career, I've interviewed over 250. There's about 60 in the book.
And what I love in this book is that there's short sound bites from all of these women. It's not like a whole chapter is based on one woman. It's a few pages on each woman.
That is amazing right there.
And hopefully this dog didn't just pee on me while
no pee. But that would be very good, actually.
Oh, yes.
If he did pee on you, forget it.
Oh, my goodness.
He should go wild. But yes, it's an easy read. That's what I like to say. My brand, right, our company is called Likeable, and I believe that ultimately everything that I do needs to be something that's easily digestible, that's light, and kind of gets you there quickly and likably. And I think that's with the book. What I wanted to do was make it really easy to read. It's not like a heavy read. It's lots of short
snackable
snippets.
Content.
Exactly.
Like social media.
Exactly.
I love that. Yes.
Exactly.
So one piece of advice is that you say your network is your net worth.
Yes.
So for me, a millennial, someone starting out in their career, networking is really intimidating.
Yes.
So what are some of your tips to go out and network and find your Fab Pab?
Find your Fab Pab. Okay. So there are lots of ways to actually grow your network. The most traditional way is to go to events and go up to people. But that can be really, really intimidating. For people like you who work in social media, I certainly would recommend warming it up by using social media. Who do you want to know and why? Okay, and I would set those levels, like there can be really high level people that you want to know, and then mid-level and people who are at your level, right? So right at your level, maybe a little aspirational and totally off the chain.
Yeah.
Start connecting with them on social media and warming up the relationship so that when you do meet IRL, it's a much more warmed connection. You don't have to follow a traditional networking path to network. An example that I love to tell in the book, you know, my husband Dave is like crazy networker. He knows everybody under the sun.
Yeah.
Follow him at Dave Kerpen. He talks to everybody.
Lots
He
of
knows
these
everybody.
all shameless plugs.
Everybody.
Today.
Lots of shameless plugs. All of them. Yes. And so, but I am much more shy, especially around those high level connections. Dave talks to everyone on a plane. I'm always like, no, I can't talk to anyone on a plane. I don't want to disturb them. Okay. So I'm sitting in the waiting area to get on a plane, and I see Meredith Vieira, who you may or may not know.
Yeah,
okay.
no,
Those
I know
of you
her.
who are younger may not know. Some of my staff didn't know who she was, but she is a famous journalist, the original host of The View, host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and just an incredible person.
Yeah.
I also love her because she is a major advocate for people with multiple sclerosis. Her husband has multiple sclerosis. So I was obsessed with meeting her, but I couldn't go up to her. I was so anxious.
Yeah.
Okay, it was earlier in my career, but still, I think I would be the same way. So what did I do? I passed her a note through the flight attendant saying, "Hi Meredith, I don't want to disturb you on your flight because I find it annoying when people disturb me on my flight. I just wanted to tell you I admire you so much." You know, the whole text of the note is in the book. And I said, you know, if you're interested, you can always drop me a line, Carrie@Likeable. Not a minute after I landed was there this beautiful email to me. And now, as you can see, she wrote the blurb for the front of the book.
Oh my gosh,
Fab
that's
Pab
amazing.
member right
Yeah.
there. Fab
I have
Pab.
chills.
You never know who you're going to meet.
You never
where
know.
you're going to meet them, but you have to.
You
go
have
for
to,
it.
but
Yeah.
you know what, Steph? You have to do it in a way that's
Yes.
comfortable for you.
Yeah.
It's so intimidating every time. Every time I read a book that's like, go up to anyone. You can go up, and you know, different people network in different ways,
Yes.
and that's okay. That's the message I think we need to get out there.
And one of the tips in your book was a woman who reached out to someone high up at a company on LinkedIn
Yes.
and asked to buy them a cup of coffee.
Yep.
And that's a really great story.
Yep.
So more tips in Carrie's book, Work It, about
About
how to work it, about everything. And
all the things.
It's a really, really, really great read. I highly recommend it. You guys can buy it online, or if you share this episode, you're gonna be entered to win it.
With a play date.
With a play date.
With Beluga.
You can
You
read.
might be able to watch Beluga live eat this book.
Yeah.
I'll give you 2 copies. One for you
Yeah.
and one for Beluga to chew. It's going to be legit.
As soon as we sign off, we'll be doing a photo shoot with Beluga and your new book to get you some more likes on that
Can't
post
wait.
today.
Can't wait.
Thank you so much for coming on SocialLIVE. This has been amazing.
You are a star. I'm so happy to watch you grow, and Courtney and Jules
Yes.
and the whole Socialfly team. Thrilled watching you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And,
Congrats
so
to you
much.
too.
Yes.
He's into
Oh,
it.
It's time to go.
We're thrilled to watch you grow.
You guys can work it for the rest of the week, so have a good one, and we will see you next Wednesday. Hopefully it won't be snowing. We'll see you then. Bye, everyone.
Bye.